fat moms are everything that is wrong in American society. These women have such congested tempers that they can't stand their own children within a short period of time. They don't have natural inclinations about childcare. They just think they need to go through the process of having children and expect things to come naturally when they live completely unnatural lives in such obese states. It's disgusting. I listened to two fat moms disparage their own children. For example, one said that her 10-year-old needs to stop acting so needy for attention or love. The 10-year-old has received enough love in their life, and the fat mom is tired of it. She has no patience for intimacy with her own 10-year-old because they're old enough to not receive intimacy. That's the fat mom's attitude. They've lost their temper with their young children, with temper tantrums, something like that. The 2-year-old has too many temper tantrums. There's that consistent attitude that I hear time and time again with fat moms. They don't have the patience for their kids, and their kids act up a lot. I hear it in libraries. I hear conversations. I have experienced it my own self with my own fat mom. There's just such a consistency with how they react. I mean, we're talking about women who have congested livers, who are outwardly like blown up. The white fat causes like a slumping of their own tissue. You could see it's this soft tissue that lumps over itself on their bodies, and they're carrying around such let's see, that word is, they're carrying around such a burden on their own self, and they have little patience for outside stimulation from especially their own children. They're fertile, they're able to have children, but it's not healthy. What they're doing is they're just going through the process with little desire, because that's what their fat, all this congestion that they have between their organs and on the outside of their bodies that they're showing. You can see it in their cheeks, their jowls dangling. They're carrying all this congestion, and it's such a burden in itself. All this extra, people would call it energy, but it's a lack of vitamins to process all that white fat, so it just keeps getting stored more and more. A lack of vitamins, so it's a congestion that they're having difficulty with themselves first, and then they have to take on the burden of children and struggle with that on top of it, and they lose their patience quick because they're having difficulty nurturing themselves. But a lot of people still want to say, oh, it's funny because these fat women have nurtured themselves enough. They've over-nurtured themselves. And it's just funny. It's such a joke to people, which their jokes are based on a completely completely wrong way of thinking about obesity and the problems that these fat women suffer. And these fat women, they're talking about how their children are acting up and they don't need love. And these fat women are feeding their children the same diet. It's just disgusting. It just keeps going down. It's been since 1979 that this has spiraled out of control. And it's how many generations now? It just keeps going. 3 or 4 generations now. It just keeps going and going. And it just gets worse and worse. It's going downhill like a rock.